Welcome to our lesson today here at Uke Like The Pros. Thank you for being here. I'm Terry Carter. And today is our Words of Wisdom, where we'll all be sharing some of my experiences as a working musician over the last 30 years. And today I'm going to talk about writing charts for Herbie Hancock. So, as I mentioned, thank you for being here. This is live, so feel free to leave a comment or ask a question. And even if you're not watching this live, feel free to comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so it looks like my feed's okay. And so let's just jump into the story, but let me give you a little bit of background first. So, when I finished my first undergraduate degree at San Diego State in music, I had very little computer skills. Matter of fact, for all my final projects of the music that I had to turn in, I had to hire one of my friends to put it on the computer for me. And at the time, Finale was the big program that a lot of composers were using. So I had zero knowledge how to use it. So when I went on to my graduate degree at the University of Southern California, one of the ensembles that I was in under Frank Potenza there required us to do a chart, and we had to do a chart, and we had to bring it in on a computerized printout, so Finale. So I had to get Finale. It wasn't cheap. I think it was $300-$400, and I had to learn it. And as you know, with learning any kind of program, especially in the early 2000s, YouTube wasn't that big. There wasn't all these instructional videos everywhere. You just had to figure it out yourself. So I painstakingly sat there for hours figuring out how to use this notation software. And now, most of you that subscribe here to Uke Like The Pros know that all my stuff that I send out looks really good, and it's all done still to this day on Finale. Before I jump in, I forgot to mention I have my new t-shirt on today, which I just made available for purchase the first day. That's our first batch. It's only available in this navy blue, but I think it looks pretty sharp. It has a small logo in the front and a big logo in the back. So you can check out ukelikethepros.com for a link to grab those t-shirts. So excited about that. And if you do grab a t-shirt, when you get it, make sure to take a picture and post it so we can help spread the word. Very cool. All right, back to my story. So I got to be pretty good at Finale during my years as a graduate student, and so much to the fact that people would start hiring me to do charts for them. One, because my charts looked really well, and two, because, as I mentioned, Finale is expensive and quite a big learning curve. So I would get hired, and people would either send me an audio recording of a song, and I'd have to listen to it, transcribe it, and then notate it down. Or I'd have to go somewhere and listen to a recording and maybe film it or record it myself, either video or audio, and then go back and transcribe it. So all kinds of different scenarios. People would send me handwritten charts sometimes, and I would put it on the computer. And just to show what I'm talking about here, this is the kind of stuff that I am referring to. So these kind of computerized charts that look good and that, especially in the professional world, you would expect to see when you're sitting down and reading a piece of music, either for a film session or a recording session or something like that. It just makes the whole process go a lot faster, especially if you're paying studio musicians to record your music. So, fast forward a little bit. I met a good friend of mine, Tarek, who I've mentioned before, and him and I started doing, a lot of stuff together. We were writing books together. He was writing books, and I was notating for them. We were doing transcriptions, and we were doing charts for different artists. So I was doing a lot of stuff at the time. So in the music world, things are very fast paced. And, you know, although it'd be nice to say, hey, I need this chart next week, it's usually like, hey, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I need this chart by 1 p.m. It's really, really more realistically about the way things happen in this world. So it was, this is back in, I was doing some research and I had to figure, this is back in 2009. I know, whew, time flies. So 2009, and I got a call from my buddy, Tarek, and he's in Washington, D.C., and it is literally like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, and he says, hey, I got this, I'm here with Josh Groban and Herbie Hancock, and they're performing at the Lincoln Center, and they're going to do Imagine, and we need a chart. We need a chart like yesterday. So, you know, when this kind of stuff happens, you make room for it. So whatever else I had going on that day wasn't important, and my job was to get on a transcription chart for Imagine so Herbie could play it. So, of course, you know, I got to frantically go find Imagine and listen to it and figure out what is going on in this chart. So now I'll bring this screen back up again. And so, you know, it takes me some time to do this stuff. But here's a chart that ended up coming out of Imagine, and this is a piano chart. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So this is a piano chart, and you'll see that it has a vocal line here. I know it's kind of small, and then a piano line here. So you got your vocal line and your lyrics followed by the actual piano recording of the song. So this, and then it ended up being 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages long. So that's how long this chart was. Yeah, 7 pages. So so anyway, this takes a little bit of time, a couple hours to knock it out and, you know, finish it up. And usually what happens for this kind of stuff, you just send it off and then it's just like, hey, I got it, thanks. And then you don't really hear much about it. So I was actually trying to find the actual recording of the Josh Groban and Herbie Hancock version that they played at Lincoln Center, and I couldn't find it on YouTube. But what I did find was something that they did the following day at a performance also in Washington. So I'll just play a little bit of that. So let me bring that up. That was my buddy Tarek, by the way, playing guitar. Now, I can neither confirm nor deny that what was sitting on Herbie's piano was my chart, and obviously he was filling in because he's a great Herbie Hancock and doing all kinds of fills and everything. But I think it probably was. I hope it was because it took me a long time. So, and there you go. And there's kind of a little glimpse of how things work in the professional world as far as that's concerned. So I'm gonna do a quick check-in here and just see who's here with me today and if there's any questions. Oh, there I am. Okay, so hey, Heather and Carol are here. So anyway, thanks for being here. That's just a little story. I hope it was knowledgeable and interesting. And I'll be in LA the next few days, so our live videos will be coming from LA. So as always, we'll see you next time.